So you may want to ask me, what kind of things can I do in this regard? Because we are talking about small exporting. We are not talking about commercial volume. We are not talking about industrial export, where I would say do hibiscus, do container, do cocoa, do ginger, do sesame seed. We are talking about small exports. So we are talking about things that most of these African restaurants, they are using. Things that Nigerians in diasporas are using, e.g. things like palm oil, things like ogbono, and so on, okay? Hi fam! Welcome to another sweet, lovely, delicious, fantastic episode of our channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I don't take you for granted. I love you. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the family. This is a warm family, okay? Our today's topic is starting small export business in Nigeria, okay? When I won't kill Misha, I've been getting serious backlash on Debbie. You are just calling million. You don't want to make million? God, I beg you. Me, I want to make billion. So today I decided to do this video for people that are just starting, people that are confused, people that just want to start export business, people that the whole million and everything is overwhelming. Then I think you should open your mind to million, even not now, so that at least it will be your end grabby. Okay, so today's topic is starting small export business in Nigeria. I don't like calling it small export business because, like I always tell my students, I say it's smuggling. I'm telling you, it is smuggling. This is me teaching you Bati now, but I'm forced to do so. I'm doing this video under duress. Duress from my subscriber. I'm doing this video under duress, but joke apart, this is more like an informal export, okay? If you really want to do formal exports, you must be heavy on documentation. When I mean documentation, you need to get your export license. You need to document all your process. You need to open an NSP. You need to show clearly that you actually move something from Nigeria, and you need to repatriate the fund. Only then can you boast that you are doing a legit, a formal export business. But aside that, anything that we are going to be talking like this, don't say that it's me that taught you. Anything that we're going to be talking like this is just me teaching you how to make money. But you can't really call it export business because, hey, come on, you are not documenting anything. You are moving things from Nigeria. So let's call a spade a spade. You are smuggling. You are a smuggler. Say they say smuggler, come outside, just come outside, okay? But I still understand that there is no job in Nigeria, so some people really need to start something first. Some people need to make money first. Then as time goes by, from the informal export, because we call it informal, from the informal export, you can now graduate into formal export. Of course, it will not remain like this all the time, but it really did not make sense. It will not make sense for me to be saying, get one container, get this, get that, and probably the person is just struggling to raise 200,000 and the rest. So today's topic is focus on you. If formal export is too big for you, draw your chair, carry pen, carry paper, sit down here. If you are looking at how to smuggle, how to do mini exports, as the case may be, see that this video is for you. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you 4 simple steps. The number one thing I will always tell you, even though it's an informal export, is to get a limited liability company, okay? Get a limited liability company so that as you gradually begin to move from informal export to formal export, everything will be ready for you so that it will be easier for you to move. Okay, so number one, you get your limited liability certificate from the CAC. Number 2, you get a rights agent partner. Okay, you get a very good agent that will help you move your goods. Okay, I will drop a link. The last video that I did with Adora is a very good agent. They take goods to UK, they take goods to America, they take goods to Canada. Okay, you can actually discuss with Adora and partner with Adora on how to move some of those things that Nigerians in diasporas are eating. Because you are doing informal exports, because you don't have money, we are not talking about container export. We are not talking about commodity export or in commercial quantity. We're just talking about sending small item for local consumption or your relative abroad or Nigerians in diaspora. Okay, so we say number 2, you should get a good agent. I will drop Adora's email or her website so that you can contact her. Okay, it won't be right for me to drop her phone number on YouTube. Okay, the number 4 is look for a buyer. Number 3, sorry, is look for a buyer. Okay, so many people after most time when I do video like this, so many people will start sending me message. Miss Deborah, can you give us a buyer? Can you give us a buyer? Now for you. If I get buyer, how can I give you? And they fear you. I dey hustle. You don't know. I dey hustle. I be hustler like you. You dey carry different eye see me because you dey see me for camera. Shift. If I get buyer, I will send. I will send and I will make money. Okay. But anyway, in case you have not watched the video, I'll drop the link on the comment section. In my video with Adora, we dealt explicitly on how to get a buyer. So it is a job that you must do. Person when they work, they chop. So if you want chop, you put in that little work and get buyer for yourself. If I go get the buyer, I no go give you. I will use it. That is me being honest and truthful. Okay, so look for buyer. Watch that video. Follow the step that we taught you on that video and get a buyer from relatives, from Nigerians in diaspora, how you can use your Instagram account to search for buyer. Please make sure you watch that video in case you have not watched the video. Okay, so and the number 4 is delivery and payment. Okay, so once you have, if you discuss with Adora, tell her that you want to start exporting little item, not in containers, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg, 5 kg. Okay, depending on the item you are exporting, it can be 100,000, 250,000. Okay, just be sure of what your buyers want. And first, before you start this, be sure that you have a buyer. If you don't have a buyer for a product, you don't have a business. Because everything about business is demand and supply. Once there is no demand for your product, you don't have a business. Okay, so the 4th one which we are talking about is delivery and payment. You deliver your products and you get paid. Okay, I've seen a whole lot of questions asking me, do I get paid before delivering, or I have to deliver before I pay? It's not something I can ask. This has to do with the relationship between you and your buyer. Okay, if you have a good rapport with your buyer, if it's somebody that probably you know very well, you can vouch for, if it's somebody that you know that this one will never cheat, come what may, you can give the person. After everything, the person will pay you. But if it's somebody that already they use one corner eye, they take see that person, then I'll not tell you that don't collect your money. My guy, you run. Okay, so there is no strict jacket rule. There is no strict rule. You can get your money before payment. You can get your money after payment. But one thing I will tell you is most buyers will not pay you until you have delivered, because they know what we do. Most of us we do in Nigeria. You collect money and you don't deliver. Okay, that is why each time I teach on my YouTube, I talk about integrity. When people keep spoiling our name, they spoil it for everybody. Okay, so depend on your relationship with your buyer. It can be they can pay you before you deliver, or is you deliver after payment, or even part payment before you deliver. Okay, so these are the 4 items I want to talk about today. Get your CAC certificate, that is the limited liability company. Get a good agent, which is Adora. Look for a buyer and deliver your goods and get paid. Okay, so you may want to ask me, what kind of things can I do in this regard? Because we are talking about small exporting. We are not talking about commercial volume. We are not talking about industrial export, where I would say do hibiscus, do container, do cocoa, do ginger, do sesame seed. We are talking about small exports. So we are talking about things that most of these African restaurants they are using, things that Nigerians in diasporas are using, e.g. things like palm oil, things like ogbono, and so on. Okay, so I don't want this video to be very long. In our next week video, I'll be giving you a list of 10 items that you can export from your kitchen. Just contact Adora, get a buyer, and have your product delivered and get paid. Thank you so much, and I hope this video is helpful to some of you. I look forward to seeing you next week, same time. Thank you and bye.